All right, Drew, we've seen it so many times with you running this offense under 2 minutes, down by 6, you pull off the comeback. How frustrating was it not to pull this one off?
Well, yeah, frustrating, especially just the fact that we didn't even get a first down. A lot of cases with the 2-minute drill, you kind of get rolling a little bit, and then obviously you're working with the clock and the timeouts, and whether you need a field goal or touchdown, and you kind of base your level of risk and your decisions off of that. But minute 58, I believe, and one timeout. Obviously we felt like it was plenty of time to go down and put together a nice drive and hopefully get a touchdown that could win the game. But to go 4 straight plays and get the penalty and that kind of thing, that's disappointing.
Speaking of penalties, early on you had the false starts. You burned 3 timeouts in the first quarter. Uncharacteristic things from this offense. Have you ever seen or been through anything like that with this team?
Oh, I mean, I'm sure we have, but obviously we're pretty far along now, and so that's unacceptable. There's times where, clock's winding down, maybe you don't like the look or, whatever it might be, and you're going to use those timeouts, and that's what they're for. But to go timeout and then delay a game right after, that's unacceptable. That shouldn't happen. And so really that's on us. We've got to make sure that we're communicating better and getting up and getting the ball snapped and executing.
I saw your offensive lineman, Brian De La Puente. You were talking to him on the sidelines, and he just told me about the conversation. Nobody's harder on themselves than those guys, but just talk about how you were trying to tweak things, talking to them, after those series.
Well, I mean, there's constant communication throughout the game with all position groups, especially the O-line, because obviously we want to be on the same page as to, hey, this is the way they're playing us up front. This is the type of pressure they're bringing. This is what we want to look out for. Be alert for me to do this or that. And so there's constant communication going on all the time.
Sean Payton said many times in his press conference you guys were one-dimensional, and with Darren Sproles out, you really had to cut the game plan in half. How did that impact things? He went out in that first series.
Yeah, that's tough. He's one play and he's out, so obviously he's always a big part of, the game plan, what we do. And so, tough to not have him, but I felt like Pierre, Mark, Cadet at times, they all came in and did a great job in his absence.
You guys are always surprising the opposition. I think you surprised a lot of people with the end around to Josh Hill. Coach Payton said you guys saw something during the week, so you knew that play was coming eventually in this game maybe, right?
Absolutely, and we knew it was going to come in a critical situation. And, I mean, if you just think about it common sense-wise, it's 4th and very short, so everybody should be selling out for the run. We kind of get in a formation and act like we're running a play that we run a lot, and then here's the end around. And so it's one of those, big play or no, just kind of all or nothing. And unfortunately, they sniffed it out, but I could pull up many clips on tape where they didn't, and we got big plays.
A lot of pressure on you. How did that impact things? A little more pressure than usual in this game for you?
I don't know. I mean, maybe just because we at the end, we're rolling in 2 minutes, and so they're able to pin their ears back and rush the passer. And I mean, anytime you get in a 2-minute situation like that on consecutive drives, you're going to get that type of pressure. But no, I mean, more guys hitting my arm than I'm used to. That probably happened about 4 times today, and unfortunately, those are scary just because, the ball goes fluttering up in the air and, it's kind of anybody's ball at that point. But other than that, no, I felt like the guys up front did a great job. Unfortunately, we just didn't make enough plays to win.
Last question, a halfway point in this season, you're 6-2, back home next week, prime time against the Cowboys, and that's really been the Saints' time on prime time at home.
Yeah, and hopefully it will continue to be. The only way to make yourself feel better about a loss is to get back to work and focus on the process and know then that the result will take care of itself. And the Cowboys are a very good football team. They play well on prime time as well, and so we're going to have our best game ready.
Drew, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, here in New Jersey, interesting stat. When Drew Brees throws 2 or more interceptions lifetime in the Saints record, 5-14, guys. That's the story here at MetLife Stadium. Back to you in the Louisiana Cat Studios.